Welcome to, for me, is day 4 or 5. For you guys, this will be the second video. Yesterday I just dug pretty much the whole day. I didn't do much talking to the camera or anything because the project I've decided to do is substantially larger than I expected. You would have seen my excavating antics yesterday, and I didn't get particularly far through what I wanted to get done. I'm still not even sure if it's going to work. So yeah, that's made things difficult. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I mean by not going to work and why this project is being frustrating, or this particular part of the trail. So if you would have seen yesterday, I dug this, which is a really nice catch berm. It came out a lot better than I was expecting. The dirt there's really, really nice. It's so hard to dig through, but it actually packs down nice, surprisingly, even though it's so dry. So I dug that. My original plan there was to have something that was sort of like loose and a bit rough, so that when you came down you'd have to slow down for this next berm. Unfortunately, I got carried away and built something that's going to carry your speed. And then it comes into this, which looks ridiculous right now. So that is a very sharp berm, and then going into what I want to be an S berm and continuing on down the hill. Now the reason for this, because I know, I'm well aware that you could just blast straight down this hill, and that was my original plan when I first looked at it. And that's probably what I would have built in the past. But I wanted to kind of keep this trail a bit more interesting, and I know that when one day I can have my mates out to ride it again, that we're going to want something that kind of has a bit more technicality, I guess. And what I mean by that is so that you're not just seeing who can hold off from the brakes the longest, you know. I kind of want something that has some skill involved to going fast down it, and we can race it, we can see who can go the fastest. And I think having some berms and like kind of weird features like this really sharp bowl berm, the big bike bowl berm build, is really going to help keep it interesting. But yeah, the original plan was to come back up the hill a bit, sort of where my bag is there and around the trees, but it's just not going to work, and I still don't even know if this is going to work. But I thought I'd be really frustrated if I never even gave it a shot. So I'm going to keep building it today, even though yesterday basically killed me. I've got blisters all over my hands, even with gloves. I've got the sorest back I've ever had, but I'm going to keep going. Might be a bit slower today than I was yesterday. I kind of had this enthusiasm that I was building this exciting thing, and now that it's a little bit not what I was expecting, I'm going to be a bit slower, but I'm going to keep going. I stupidly didn't bring enough batteries for my camera. I put the one that was fully charged back on charge and bought the empty one, so there's not going to be a huge amount of time lapse from this morning. I'll keep it going for now, but this afternoon I'll talk to the camera again and I'll give you guys an update, and hopefully we'll get this wrapped up pretty soon. You would have seen quite a bit yesterday anyway, but yeah, cool. See you later on. Alright, I'm back from lunch, got the right battery this time. I put the right one. Yeah, I got the right one. Yeah. So, yeah, I've just had lunch. I'm heading back up the hill again. Going to film a little bit more digging. I may or may not have done a little bit after my camera died this morning. I kind of got a little bit carried away. So I'll run you through what is new once we get up there. If you're wondering, this is the uphill trail. I just sort of raked it in. So it goes up here. And so the trail that we're building is going to come down over this rock thing. And, what'll be a couple episodes time probably. Hopefully, now that this double berm is, close to done, we'll start moving on to the next big project, which is really exciting. So, behind you right now is my new feature. And it's not quite as I imagined it when I set out to do this berm project, the big ball berm build. But the big ball berm build is basically complete. And I'll show you it. So, you come down the hill, this is the straight we were building last week. Then you come round, and there's the ball berm. Oh, and it continues into another berm. I'm quite proud of this. It looks pretty cool. Who knows if it's going to ride it like at all. I might just hit this and just go straight over the bars, but I wanted to give it a go. I gave it a go, and I'll explain why in a bit, but this is that second berm. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera, but you got the bowl berm, so you'll come around, and then you got this berm, which kind of lines up with that tree, and then we're going to be going straight down there. So, the reason I decided to do this, despite the fact that I'm not quite sure if it is going to work, I have a feeling it might be too tight. If I show you from up here, from the point of view of the catch berm, it looks tight. And it is tight. It's tighter than you would build on a regular public trail. It's not particularly sustainable because there's no drainage or anything really. But I'm not building a public trail. I'm building on private land. It's only going to be me and my friends that are going to ride this once it's all done, and we'll do a big jam video. Might even do some races. But what I was thinking when I was thinking about racing is that you don't really want just a flat out full speed. You don't really want a flat out full speed trail. You want something that's, got something to separate the fast riders and the slow riders. I'm probably going to be in the latter category, I'd say. But you want something technical and challenging, and I think this is the perfect feature for that. It's not something you'd normally ride, but trying to ride it fast, and the people that figure out how to ride it fast are going to be the ones that are going to be the best on this trail, and I think that's going to be quite interesting and entertaining to watch. Plus it's going to inspire some good roosts, I imagine, and it just looks awesome. So yeah, I'm going to set up a time lapse now, and we're going to do a little bit more, I guess just like tidying it up, making it look even better. Yeah, let's get going. Okay, so that was probably the shortest time lapse you've ever seen in your life, and the reason for that is I just don't have the energy to dig anymore today. This berm really took it out of me over the last 2 days. My hands are sore, my back's sore, so I think I'm going to call it there for this week's digging. To recap what we got done, we've got the catch berm there, with nice gorgeous clay. Then we've got behind me here the bowl berm, which looks freaking awesome. It's so soft, so I'm not going to be able to ride it this week, but we'll see. Once we get some rain, I'll be out here slapping the jumps, making them look nice and shiny and perfect, and then we'll give it a go. And then we've got this next berm behind me here. It's just a small little catch berm, and that leaves us facing straight down the hill towards those, where's my hand? Those two trees right there. And I think it's pretty clear what needs to go between those. There's heaps of space to run out afterwards. There's already a pile of dirt right in between. I think we've got to build the first